time for me to write my thesis when we got into it. I wanted to write something on the civil rights struggle. Mm-hmm. Because, and the reason for it was a friend of mine who graduated a year before me at Alabama State had written his thesis on civil rights thing. He let me read it. I saw so many errors in it that I wanted to correct that, the main thing. And then the professor at Auburn told me, oh no, that's too controversial. So you go write on the history of Alabama State College. It's never been written on. And I really wasn't interested in writing on the history of it. And so I went to the thesis room and read some of the theses and looked at them, and so I said, okay, there's no problem writing those things. So I went on to Montgomery, to the archive, and did my research and all that. And each time I would turn it in, they were finding something wrong with it. In fact, the major professor, I think his name was Ed Williams, he went behind me to check the archive, found out I'd only missed one article. One article. And he brought him out, you missed an article. I said, okay. So I went back and got it and added to it. But anyway, they kept finding something wrong, so I just got angry one day. And I just told them, I used Dad's favorite word, hell. I said, hell, what you telling me is I won't get a degree from them. I said, bump it. And so I left. And the president of Alabama State College, summer of '65, offered me a job there. And in the meantime, one of my classmates, and I've been trying to remember, two guys, they were two of the best guys you ever wanted to meet. They had graduated from Troy State, and they were teaching at Maxwell Air Force Base in Troy State. So since my son was born, like I said, 17 days after I entered Auburn, they heard about it, and they told me, they said, well, look, we go to Maxwell and teach twice a week. Do you have a ride? Because I wasn't stupid enough to take a car on campus, because they probably would have damaged it, that's why I wouldn't take a car on campus. And so they really did, and they would pick me up, and when they got through teaching, they would come by the house and pick me up and carry me back. And we were good friends, and I just cannot remember either one of their names. And I regret that to the day I die. And they both quit Auburn. They said they got tired of reading along with Bill, class they called them, because they wouldn't deviate from anything. So like I said, I went on to Alabama State summer '65 and taught there. And then one of my classmates, that's one of the young men that graduated from Troy State, came to me before I got the job at Alabama State. And he came and told me one day, he said, Harold, I said, yeah. He said, the Dean of Arts and Science at Tuskegee want to see you. He said, he got a job for you. So I went down to Tuskegee, and a guy named Richard Wasserstrom, we all called him Dick Wasserstrom. And I'm trying to figure out, how did he know? I knew he knew what was going on in the paper, but how are you going to offer me a job? No. What had happened is he had been a Justice Department attorney himself in Selma during the height of all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I understand the pressures got on him so that he and his wife, especially his wife, I understand, wanted to get out. So Tuskegee offered him a job, and he became Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. So he knew of me, and he also filed a friend of the court brief on my behalf for Auburn to the court to make Auburn accept me. And so he and I became friends, and I stayed there 3 years, and eventually I won a scholarship to the University of Denver, and in the Graduate School of International Studies. Came on back to Talladega College and stayed there until '92, until I retired. And in 2001, Auburn conferred upon me the honorary doctorate degree. Mm-hmm. And it's been a good experience. I've enjoyed. Like I said, I was disappointed with Auburn because I didn't get my degree, but that's water over the dam now. I ain't worried about because I wouldn't object. And I told one of my professors, like I told you, I went down to the thesis room and I read in some of those theses down there. I wouldn't even let a 12th grade kid write